Why certain people act so strange around you, almost as if your presence alone makes them uncomfortable. If you're a Sigma female, this might sound all too familiar. Your strength and independence can trigger insecurity in others, and sometimes they act out in ways that are toxic and manipulative. Let's talk about gaslighting and manipulation, one of the most common tactics evil people use when they realize you are a Sigma. They know you're sharp, self-reliant, and not easily swayed, but that doesn't stop them from trying to confuse you and make you doubt yourself. Gaslighting is their go-to strategy because it's subtle, yet effective if left unchecked. For example, they might twist your words in conversations. You could call them out for something hurtful they said, and instead of owning up, they'll respond with something like, "You're imagining things," or "I didn't mean it that way. You're overreacting." Their goal is to make you question your reality and second-guess your instincts. Over time, this can leave you feeling unsure of your judgment, even though deep down, you know you're right. Manipulation often goes hand in hand with gaslighting. These people might play on your empathy or kindness, pretending to be a victim to get what they want. For instance, they could guilt-trip you with statements like, "I thought you cared about me," or "After everything I've done for you, how could you?" It's all about control. By making you feel responsible for their emotions or actions, they hope to steer you in their desired direction. As a Sigma, your self-awareness is your shield. When someone tries to gaslight or manipulate you, take a step back and observe their behavior objectively. Are they trying to shift blame or distort facts? Stay grounded in your truth. Write things down if you have to. Keeping track of events can help you see through their tactics. Most importantly, trust your instincts. People who genuinely care about you won't play mind games. You're smarter and stronger than their manipulative ways, so never let their tactics dim your light. When people realize you're a Sigma female, your authenticity and strength can make them feel insecure. To compensate, some resort to spreading false narratives about you. Why? Because they fear your confidence and individuality, and instead of facing their own shortcomings, they try to bring you down by twisting the truth. These false narratives often begin subtly. Someone might start a rumor saying, "I heard she thinks she's better than everyone," or "She's so cold and unapproachable." They'll share half-truths or completely fabricated stories, hoping to damage your reputation. What's worse, they often disguise these lies as concerns to make themselves look like they're just trying to help. In reality, it's their insecurity and jealousy speaking. These individuals know that your integrity and independence make you stand out, and they hate that they can't control or define you. By spreading lies, they aim to create doubt in the minds of others, making you seem like someone you're not. They might even try to isolate you by turning mutual friends or colleagues against you. It's a calculated move to chip away at your support system. But here's the thing about false narratives. They don't stick when your actions consistently prove them wrong. People who truly know you will see through the lies, and those who don't weren't meant to be in your life anyway. The best response to these tactics is not to engage. Let your character and actions do the talking. The truth always rises to the surface, no matter how hard someone tries to bury it. Stay confident, and don't let their lies make you question your worth. The more you focus on living your truth, the less their false narratives will matter. Your authenticity will always outshine their deceit. One of the most frustrating things evil people do when they know you're a Sigma female is play the victim. These individuals are experts at twisting situations to make themselves look helpless while painting you as the villain. Why? Because playing the victim helps them avoid accountability and manipulate others into siding with them. Imagine calling someone out for their toxic behavior. Instead of owning up to their actions, they might respond with something like, "I can't believe you think so little of me," or "You're being so harsh, it's like you don't even care about me." Suddenly, they're no longer the one at fault. They've flipped the script, and now you're the bad guy for standing up for yourself. They also use this tactic to gain sympathy from others. By exaggerating or distorting events, they turn the people around you against you. For instance, they might tell others, "I tried so hard to be her friend, but she's just so mean," or "I don't know why she always pushes me away. I was only trying to help. Their goal is to make you feel isolated and misunderstood while they bask in the sympathy and support of others. As a Sigma, you see through these manipulative games, but it can still be draining to deal with. The key is to stay calm and not get drawn into their drama. You don't need to defend yourself to everyone. Those who truly know you won't be fooled by their act. Focus on maintaining your boundaries and preserving your energy. Always remember, their victim act is a reflection of their own insecurities and inability to take responsibility for their actions. You, on the other hand, don't need to play any role other than your authentic self. Keep standing firm in your truth. It's your greatest strength. Evil people often can't stand watching a Sigma female thrive. Your independence, confidence, and success make them feel small in comparison, even if you're not competing with them. Instead of focusing on bettering themselves, they channel their envy into sabotage, hoping to tear you down rather than lift themselves up. This sabotage can take many forms, from subtle digs to outright attempts to block your progress. For instance, they might downplay your achievements, saying things like, "It's not that big of a deal," or "She only got there because of luck." This kind of backhanded commentary is meant to undermine your confidence and make others question your capabilities. In more direct cases, they might try to create obstacles for you. Perhaps they spread gossip to ruin your reputation, intentionally exclude you from important conversations, or sabotage group projects by withholding critical information. Their goal is to make you feel frustrated and stuck, hoping you'll lose your momentum. What's ironic is that this behavior only exposes their own insecurities. They see your strength and feel threatened because they know they can't control or match your success. Instead of being inspired by you, they let envy consume them. But here's the thing, sabotage only works if you let it. As a Sigma female, you have the power to rise above their petty tactics. Stay focused on your goals and don't let their negativity distract you. When people try to block your path, look for another way forward. Your resilience and determination are what make you unstoppable. Remember, their envy isn't your problem, it's theirs. Keep building, keep thriving, and let your success be the ultimate response to their attempts at sabotage. Nothing frustrates them more than seeing you shine despite their efforts to dim your light. Evil people often take a calculated approach when dealing with a Sigma female. Since your strength and independence intimidate them, they look for cracks in your armor. They probe for weaknesses, hoping to find something they can exploit to feel more powerful or in control. At first, they might seem overly curious about your life. They'll ask probing questions disguised as concern, like, "Why don't you talk about your family much?" Or, "You've been single for a while, don't you ever get lonely?" They're not asking out of genuine interest, they're gathering information they can weaponize later. These people want to find areas where you might feel insecure or vulnerable, thinking they can use those to manipulate or hurt you. For example, if you've shared a personal struggle in a moment of openness, they might later twist it against you. They'll bring it up in subtle jabs, such as, "I guess you're just like that because of what happened to you," or even use it to undermine your confidence in front of others. Their strategy is to make you question your worth by highlighting things you're sensitive about. The key to dealing with this tactic is to stay guarded with people who haven't earned your trust. As a Sigma, you naturally keep your circle small, which works to your advantage. Share personal details sparingly and observe how people treat the information you give them. Real friends will honor your vulnerability, while manipulators will look for ways to exploit it. Your self-awareness is your greatest defense. When someone tries to poke at your weaknesses, don't react emotionally. Their attempts to bring you down are a reflection of their own insecurity, not your worth. Stand firm in your power and let them know they have no control over you. When evil people realize you're a Sigma female, they often try to use silence or exclusion as a weapon. The silent treatment and deliberate exclusion are their ways of asserting control and making you feel isolated. But here's the thing, they don't realize that their tactics are ineffective against someone as self-sufficient and resilient as you. The silent treatment usually starts when you refuse to play along with their manipulative games. Maybe you called them out on their toxic behavior or simply didn't give them the attention they crave. Instead of addressing the situation maturely, they choose to ignore you. hoping you'll feel guilty or desperate to repair the relationship. It's a childish move, but it's designed to make you question yourself and chase after their approval. Exclusion is another favorite tactic. These people might leave you out of group activities, forget to invite you to events, or subtly make you feel unwelcome. Their goal is to make you feel like an outsider, thinking it will hurt your self-esteem or make you conform to their expectations. What they don't understand is that as a Sigma female, you thrive in solitude. Their attempts to isolate you only give you more space to focus on your goals and personal growth. The silent treatment and exclusion are rooted in their need for power and control. They believe they're punishing you, but in reality they're freeing you from their negativity. You don't need their approval or validation to feel whole. When faced with these tactics, stay unbothered. Don't chase after people who use silence or exclusion to manipulate you. Instead, embrace your independence and continue to surround yourself with those who appreciate and value you for who you truly are. Their silence is your peace. One thing that truly irritates evil people about Sigma females is your ability to set and maintain firm boundaries. Boundaries are a form of self-respect, and as a Sigma, you uphold them unapologetically. However, toxic individuals see this as a challenge. They will constantly test your limits, hoping to wear you down and regain a sense of control over you. At first, they may try subtle tactics to overstep your boundaries. For example, they might ignore your polite requests or push you to do things you've clearly said no to. They may interrupt your personal time, invade your space, or pressure you to prioritize their needs over your own. These behaviors often come disguised as harmless actions, but their real intention is to chip away at your resolve. If their subtle attempts don't work, they often escalate. They might dismiss your boundaries altogether, saying things like, "You're being too rigid," or "You're overreacting, it's not that serious." They want you to feel guilty for standing firm, hoping you'll give in. But the moment you compromise, they'll continue to push further, testing just how much control they can exert over you. As a Sigma, your strength lies in your ability to recognize these manipulative patterns and remain steadfast. You know that your boundaries are there for a reason, to protect your energy, peace, and well-being. It's not your job to make others comfortable at the expense of your own needs. When someone oversteps, don't hesitate to call it out. Whether it's with a calm explanation or a firm no, make it clear that you won't tolerate disrespect. Evil people hate when they can't control you, but that's their problem, not yours. Your boundaries are a reflection of your power, and protecting them is an act of self-love. One of the most common tactics evil people use when they encounter a Sigma female is trying to undermine your confidence. Your self-assuredness and inner strength make them feel inadequate, and instead of working on themselves, they focus on tearing you down. Their goal: to plant seeds of doubt in your mind and make you question the very qualities that make you exceptional. This often starts with subtle, backhanded comments. For example, they might say things like, "You're so independent, it must be hard for you to connect with others," or "You're doing well, but don't you think you're aiming too high?" These remarks are designed to seem harmless on the surface, but are loaded with hidden criticism. They want you to replay their words in your head, wondering if there's some truth to them. In more direct cases, they might criticize your abilities outright. Whether it's your career, personal choices, or even your personality, they'll look for ways to make you feel less than. They'll downplay your achievements, compare you unfairly to others, or try to convince you that you're not as capable as you know you are. But here's what they don't realize. A Sigma female's confidence isn't easily shaken. You've worked hard to become the person you are, and their words can't erase that. When they try to undermine you, remember that their negativity says more about them than it does about you. Their criticism is often a reflection of their own insecurities. The best way to handle this tactic is to stay grounded in your self-worth. Don't absorb their negativity. Let it roll off you like water. Continue to celebrate your successes and trust in your abilities. Your confidence is your superpower, and no one can take that away from you. Evil people thrive on chaos, and when they encounter a Sigma female who exudes calm and control, they often feel the need to create drama. They know they can't rattle you easily, so they stir up unnecessary conflict to destabilize your peace and force you into their emotional whirlwind. Drama creation is their way of drawing attention to themselves and away from your strengths. It usually starts with small, unnecessary arguments or exaggerations. For instance, they might twist harmless situations into major issues, saying things like, "I can't believe you didn't invite me. You must not care about me," or "You're always so difficult to approach." These manufactured problems aren't about the actual issue, but about making you feel guilty or defensive. In group settings, they often escalate things further. They might spread gossip, pit people against each other, or create misunderstandings to make you look bad. Their ultimate goal is to drag you into their web of chaos, hoping you'll lose your composure and stoop to their level. The more emotional energy they can drain from you, the more in control they feel. As a Sigma female, you understand the power of staying unbothered. You don't thrive on drama, and you certainly don't let it dictate your actions. When faced with these antics, the best response is to remain calm and refuse to engage. Walk away from unnecessary conflicts, and don't give them the satisfaction of your attention. Remember, their drama is a reflection of their own inner turmoil. They're threatened by your ability to stay grounded and composed, and that's why they try so hard to disrupt your peace. By refusing to participate in their chaos, you not only protect your energy, but also reinforce your power as a Sigma female who can't be shaken by petty games. One of the most insidious tactics evil people use when they realize you are a Sigma female is pretending to be your friend. On the surface, they may act like your biggest supporter, showering you with compliments and making you feel valued. They'll offer their help, often in the form of advice or assistance. But this is where their true intentions lie. It's all a facade. What they really want is leverage. They might help you with a task, only to later bring it up in an attempt to control or manipulate you. Their generosity is never truly selfless. It's a tool they use to keep you in their grasp. They may ask for favors in return, knowing that you value loyalty and connection. But when you refuse or don't comply in the way they expect, their true nature will start to show. They may lash out, use your vulnerabilities against you, or turn others against you. It's all part of their strategy to gain power over you. Evil people act this way because they can't handle the power and independence of a Sigma female. But here's the good news. Their behavior says more about them than it does about you. Keep standing tall, trusting yourself, and staying true to your values. Your strength is your greatest weapon. Which of these toxic behaviors have you encountered the most? Share your experiences in the comments below. You never know who you might inspire with your story. Subscribe to Timeless Stoic Learning for more empowering lessons and insights. Together, we'll continue to grow stronger, wiser, and unshakable.